I put your picture on my mirror. I start to blush when somebody says,
Come on, Fantasia. Come on.
Y'all just left me out of the
Yeah, you play too much.
I'm just saying, hey everybody, happy Monday. We're back from the weekend with an all-new episode of Point of View. And joining us today is our guest co-host, Mr. Willie Montague. What up?
Let's do it.
Coming up on today's show, we're diving into a wow story. A Texas teacher invites ICE to the school to round up Spanish-speaking students. And later, don't miss Girlfriend's Guide. We're talking about deal breakers. Is it a deal breaker if your partner doesn't get along with your family? Grab a seat and join the discussion. This is POV. Well, a Texas substitute teacher is facing major backlash after allegedly urging ICE to raid their school, specifically targeting Spanish-speaking students. The Fort Worth School District is currently investigating, but the teacher's identity remains undisclosed. Could you imagine how terrified the parents of these students must have been? Like, what would you have done if your student or if your child would have called you and said, "Ma, ICE is at the school. What am I supposed to do?"
I'm half Hispanic, so I'm going to be up there with my child.
I didn't have to be Hispanic, honey, and I would have had to raise up against the colonizer.
Listen, because what was the point? I'm so confused. Like, why did we do this?
No, that's a serious question.
Yeah, like, why did we do this?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that racism?
A little bit.
Like,
A lot of bit, actually. Not even a little bit, a lot of bit.
It's truly disheartening, and it really broke my heart even to think that a teacher would even attempt to do that, especially because technically they stole Texas from the Mexicans in the first place. It was part of Mexico.
Now,
So
if you
really
wanna
the
talk
teacher
about
is the one that
history.
needs to be deported if we're going to get down to the nitty gritty.
Clap
Where you
your
at, Willie?
Lord. I mean, I do disagree with this. I think that is going too far. I think people are getting excited in this political spectrum with Trump wanting to get rid of illegals. And so they're thinking anyone who is of a Hispanic background somehow does not belong here. So if it starts with this, it's going to just be something that's going to be catastrophic.
dang, you think they're going to come get me?
I wouldn't. I'm even.
I don't think
Well, what? We should talk about it, though, because birthright citizenship is what's really at hand.
Yeah.
Like, if your parents weren't born here, but you were born here, that is now in jeopardy, is from what I understand. So there's it's a lot of weeds into this. So I know the Hispanic community is the target, but you also have, Haitian immigrants, you have Jamaican immigrants.
I'm trying to figure out why this
You
is
have
at
Russians?
the top of the list of importance.
Because eggs is still $8.
Yeah. Well,
they about to be 16.
this is what that has to do with the last administration. But
Don't start, Willie.
Well, I mean,
No, start, because I don't hear it.
Exactly. Don't start with the last administration when
Willie?
your president probably gonna be doubling the price of eggs
Willie?
to get some more money.
All these
Send these people home.
All these tariffs.
that the tariffs is so that the countries do what they need to do, which is to make sure that they abide by the laws and the rules that we have.
Stand by your man. Stand by your man.
Yeah.
Stand by your man.
But to the point
Go ahead, please.
that you were making, I believe that this is top of the list because we need to have America be America. The United States, as I said earlier, people.
So we shouldn't.
Which America is it? Are we supposed to be the America that has stole everyone's land? Because I'm
So
trying to
all of
figure
us
out.
should leave if that's the case.
About 6 or 7 states came from the Mexican land in the first place.
I mean, we can go down.
Explain it,
We
Willie.
can go down the rabbit trail, but nonetheless, we need to just get things in order in the United States of America.
What does that mean? Like, what order?
If your citizenship doing it the proper way.
Only if you were born here.
But you know what? This is what bothers me when it comes down to the proper way of things. Because if that's the case, let's go back. Let's go back further to all the people that got jobs way back when there was no, there was no requirement.
And who are now big CEOs here?
And now
are
the
they
people that
to
are coming
be
in behind.
pushed out
Exactly. So let's go back.
This is not retro. I just want y'all to know this. They're saying this is for anyone 30 days after it goes into effect. Then those kids that are born after that knowingly comes in, that are illegals, that are having children to be able to be citizens. That's who he's talking about. And they made that very clear. Nobody will be impacted that had already had kids, been here, none of that. Because if that's the
So
case,
why
it
was
would be
ICE
why.
at that school?
No, they wanted ICE to come to the school.
But ICE was actually at a school in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Right. Well, but we can go down the rabbit trail with Chicago. Chicago is
Oh,
a
Willie, don't
hellhole.
do this right now.
But we know
Willie.
that we have to clean up many of these liberal ran cities that have ran down.
It's not even just liberal ran. I do want to say that there is a problem in our country with illegal immigration. I'm not going to fault you on that. I'm not going to hold y'all on that. However, the people who contribute to this country, who pay taxes, right, who are in the process of becoming a citizen, should not be targeted by Trump and his cronies. If that's the case, Ivanka, First Lady, and not Ivanka, Melania.
Yeah.
Melania and
Barron.
yes, they should also be a part of this roundup.
But that would be retro. That's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with those who were before.
It's
The
pick
people
and
that
choose.
he's going is
Oh,
those who are
absolutely.
legal.
Because it's okay for the immigrants to be here when they working for 5 cents to
Okay.
do the labor. Okay.
I don't know who's
okay.
working for
But
5
listen,
cents,
but
and
what
I
It's
don't know
okay.
what-
It's okay when
Who is working for 5 cents?
It's okay when they're here and they're providing labor for however much that they're getting paid below
Yeah.
the average wage.
$7.25.
Let's be clear, okay?
$7.25.
It's okay for them to be here when they're providing labor, but it's not okay for them to be here if they're just here trying to make a better life for
Well,
themselves.
some of them are not making it better lives. They're raping our children. They're raping.
You sound like
wives.
Trump
They're
that was eating the
they're
dog.
going-
Listen, that's we're gonna
They're
move
climbing
on.
up to your
That lady
windows.
eat
They
the dog.
snatching your people up.
We
Hide
still-
the kids. Hide the wife.
Listen,
But
there's
listen-
so much. We got to talk. We're going to still talk about Trump in this next topic. So listen, last week, we talked about Donald Trump's statement that there are only 2 genders, male and female. Now he has ordered that the male inmates be transferred to an all-male facility. So if you are a person who identifies as a transgender man and you are currently incarcerated, you will now be transitioned and transferred to an all-male facility.
I
I
am
think
so
it's
scared
great.
for those people.
You
No,
have a
legit.
penis and you'll be just fine. You have male hormones that should be able to help you go into to
No,
fight or flight.
no. If it is a woman who transitioned into a man, making them a trans man, that is
No,
a
he's not
born
talking about trans
woman.
man. He's
Yes, he
talking.
is.
No,
Yes,
no,
he is.
Yes,
no, no,
he
no,
is.
no. He's talking about a man who had become a woman, and he's taken those who were born, which is called cisgender, those who were born
No,
males,
I'm cis.
Right.
right.
Uh-huh.
And so, if you were born a man, you need to go to a male prison. That's what he's talking about.
But what if you no longer have your male
That's
parts
not. That has nothing
and you
to do with
identify
us.
as a woman?
My tax dollars should not have to pay or continue to pay for you to be in a protected as a women prison because you decide to chop your penis off.
So what do you say for the increase of crime rate that's getting ready to happen with this transition? Like
You
what
shouldn't
type?
have went to prison.
Oh, Willie, where is the
Lord
grace?
Jesus.
Where is? Okay,
I
so-
would like to move my chair.
I mean, let's be honest.
You've been very honest
You are
tonight.
incarcerated for a reason. People make mistakes, but
But
now,
does that mean that they deserve to be treated less than or to be
let's honest.
separated from anybody?
Put that picture back up there. I want y'all to see some of these people still got full beards and a wig. They are not transitioned. They are still full men.
First of all, that's sexist.
You can't judge a book by its cover.
You cannot.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out how this is fair when I really don't understand any of this. But when you have people who have fully transitioned and they fully identify as one sex, how do you tell them, like, no, actually, because your birth certificate says you're a man, you need to be in this male facility when you are fully presenting yourself as a woman?
So take these same individuals and let them walk into bathrooms with little girls, and they have penises coming from them, but they identify.
I'm
as
talking
we
about the
talked
people
about
who
this.
fully transition, though. That's who I'm talking
But
about.
fully transition to who term? What you could be considered fully transitioned and just simply say I'm taking hormone or shots to be able to make me sound more feminine. That doesn't mean that you chopped
I
off
think
your
the
penis.
statistics that would say that a transgender person is more at risk of raping or molesting or domestic violence or murdering someone is very low compared to a heterosexual male. Let's just be very
Absolutely,
clear
because
on that.
unfortunately, most trans people have already experienced that as a
trauma response. I mean, not a trauma
as
response.
a child.
Correct.
You know,
like,
so I don't mean
here-
to laugh, but like on a serious note, like they've already experienced, that type of abuse already. So it's like, why would they impose that onto another child? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if my mind is making this up, but I want to feel like I heard about a story or there was something that happened last year where a transgender male impregnated a woman in prison.
No, that is not false. That is a very true
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
I just thought
So
it was coming back to me, but I'm not
So
gonna know where
should
it's
that
coming from.
happen, are we prepared for the consequences of that? You're going to have
Because you're putting them
increase-
together.
But it won't happen on the other side when they go to the male. There won't be no baby.
You have some of the female COs who be in a.
Honey.
It's just it's.
I get
Inappropriate things
what
happen on
y'all.
both ends.
It does, but what I'm trying to say is we have to get back to the realistic lifestyle that we once knew. And I know it's hard for us because we think that somebody
People have always been gay.
taking a can I trying to take us back. But this is why I'm simply saying I get it. I get it. But we should not. We're talking about federal prisons because federal dollars come from taxpayers like you and I. And I do agree that my federal dollars, I do not want to be shielding and protecting a full man because he wants to be a woman and have him shielded behind other women. He needs to carry his still penis carrying self to a male prison.
I think there's just a lot of misunderstanding and just honestly like over sexualizing this entire thing. Trump ran his campaign on this very thing that he's doing now, like being against LGBTQIA, and that is what his fan base wants. But there is 1% of transgender folks in this country that this is targeting. I just think it's inappropriate and it's a lack of resources. But we'll talk about this in a second after we come back after this short commercial break. We have to take a quick one. Hush, Willie. But we'll be right back with Girlfriend's Guide, unpopular opinion coming right up. So stay tuned.
Special shout out to those of you that are sticking with us on the break on all of our socials. The table for you guys, the question for you guys at home and for us at the table today is, what is a stereotype about Black people that you wish would disappear for good?
That Black women want to be like white women. No, we don't.
That's a good one.
No, we don't. I promise. No, we don't.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
I would say that we don't know how to swim.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
I would say that we're all eating watermelon fried chicken.
I mean, I do.
I mean, watermelon fried chicken.
See, they done.
Do you eat watermelon?
I went vegan for the beginning of the year.
Do you? Oh, but you was
It's
eating
been a month.
watermelon.
I was eating watermelon fried chicken. But we don't all eat watermelon
It's almost a month
fried
in, y'all.
chicken.
Right.
Where you at, Junie?
With what?
Watermelon fried chicken.
Oh, I'm eating it.
Yeah, period.
I'm a foodie. I'm eating.
Yeah, of
okay.
course,
I'm
of
gonna
course.
eat.
Yeah, they just make it, but yeah, they eat watermelon and fried chicken too.
Okay,
Period.
absolutely.
Mine is that I wish people would stop thinking or, putting any emphasis on the fact that Black women wear weave because they don't have hair. Maybe because I got hair and I got weave, and we gonna do both.
And some of us don't got hair and we got weave, but by choice.
Right. And even if it's not by choice, it's not y'all business because y'all really want to look like us, but I ain't one of them, so stay with us, y'all. We'll be right back.
Hey, sugar, welcome back. It's time that we talk about all things love, friendships, relationships, you name it. Let's dive into Girlfriend's Guide. All right. So let's dive into this. Is it a deal breaker if your partner doesn't get along with your family? Be honest. Like, has your family ever disapproved of someone you brought home? And if they did, what did you do and how was that relationship? Willie?
For me, I mean, my family's not that.
It's the base for me.
Right.
For me.
Serious.
It's not. they're not involved like that. So I put like my mom and aunts and them just, they ask 101 questions, but they're not involved. So I don't have that issue. And then if it was a disagreement between the two, I think I fully stand on the word of God. You cling to your wife, you become one. So then it is my responsibility to handle my house, not my mother, my father, or anybody else.
But what if you're just dating? What if this is just like the courting phase? Like you haven't gotten married, so there is no cleave just yet.
Oh, I don't care what.
You don't care. Oh, really don't stand 10 toes. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. As long as they're not a bad person, I do value my family's decision-making process. I feel like we're good people, so they kind of can, weed out a person that's not a good person.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we've all had relationships and friendships over the course of time that we all don't approve of, but we're going to respect them. We might say a little something when they leave, baby, while we here. Hey!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't had family who like blatantly didn't approve of someone that I was dating. But they have shared their sentiments, like I think you can do better, right? Or this person just doesn't seem like he's a good fit, or they're a good fit for you. But we're gonna accept whatever you want to do. And so eventually, I come from a very praying family. So my parents and family, they pray. They just pray the people away. And one day I'm like, oh, I'm not with this
pray
person.
'em
Oh,
away.
well, look, praise God. Like, I dog it. So yeah,
I'm stick beside mine. Y'all know me.
okay.
I'm gonna stick beside mine. But sticking beside mine has gotten me into a lot of trouble.
Oh,
So yeah, like trouble. So yeah. But I'm just like, that's just me though. Like I'm just that like loyal person who just loves love. So
okay. Well, at what point do you set boundaries with your family if they don't approve of your person?
honestly, like y'all know I come from a distant family. So like I'm at the age where I'm just like, look, y'all do not pay my bills. Okay. I'm going to be in a relationship with who I want to be in a relationship with, because this is my life. So you either going to stick around and be a part of it, or you're not. And I'm going to love you from afar.
Yeah, I think for my family and friends, the boundary is disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
Yeah.
just know we ain't going to disrespect nobody. We kind of believe that respect is due to a dog, so much more a person.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, I can think of lots of relationships that, people that I love have been in, and I really didn't like the person, and they would never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, whatever they giving you, baby, you're clearly not getting it from me.
I know
You
there
can't
was
live
a
your life
video.
for your family.
That
you
is
know?
true. You can't, because they'll be going on and you over here miserable, single, whatever. But there was a video that was floating on social media, I think I want to say last year, and I'm not sure if it was a prank or not, but a man allowed his mom to sit in the front seat and told his girlfriend or his partner to get in the back seat. And the girlfriend was pissed off, like, I'm your girl, your mama should get in the back seat. Like, how would y'all have handled
To
a
me,
situation?
that speaks to the temperament and upbringing of the girl. Because
Yeah.
I'm the type of person where if your mama is getting in the car with us, you want
Front
to
seat.
sit, you want to sit
Exactly,
front seat? And she gonna have to
exactly.
tell me no, because
That's
most
manners
older
and
people
respect.
like to
Correct.
sit in the back. I don't know if
Yeah.
they feel like they ain't go, the car ain't gonna get crushed in the back. But they prefer to sit in the back. But even for
Yeah.
kids, sometimes I offer the kids the front. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that serious.
I'm childish. Don't put the kids in the front seat. But your mama could sit in the front. Your mama could sit in the front. But put them kids in the back seat. Them kids in the back seat. I'm gonna ride the front.
Okay, but then that also can go to like serving food. That's always been a debate when it comes time for like the holidays. Do you serve your partner, your kids, and then you?
This why I don't got kids.
It's a lot.
Like, this why I don't got kids yet, because look, I'm gonna serve me first. Okay.
I'm Junie. The children is hungry, Junie.
I'm gonna make
I
my
definitely
plate
think that
first.
the man in the house should be served first, and then the woman serves the children, and then it goes like that. When I was
That's what
in
most people say.
when I was in India, the women served the men. The women, we sat on chairs. The women sat on the floor.
Okay, can you share why?
That's the culture.
That's the culture?
The belief is that the male is served and they sit up. The women sit down.
I'm glad we don't live in India, baby, because I ain't sitting on the floor next to no man.
I'm done.
Sit on the
You
floor like
got me mad.
next to their feet.
Ain't no way in the world.
Like there would be a table or not necessarily a table, but a couch or whatever. So you would serve from here. So they would serve us, and then when they come to eat, they would not eat at the same place where we were. They would sit down. It's more like a place of humility. They do that
Yeah,
also with
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's more like a
That's what it sounds. It sounds like humility. Like it sounds like they don't value their women. Like they don't see their women as like much of anything unless it's beneath them. I hate
the
that.
order of submission in that culture.
right. Not India per se with that, because they do that with even the preachers. Because when you go over there, is a high esteem. They have a culture thing. It's way different than it is here. I always recommend people to go to India. You see it. It might.
Is that what President
No, sir.
Trump wants us to do?
No, sir, I'm not going
it's
to
a
nobody's
fitting
India to
question.
sit on the floor.
I think it's a fitting question.
Can you
Billy,
imagine
you
the
answer
the
that?
women at the table though and the men on the floor? That would be crazy.
I would love that actually.
sure, Judy.
Because like, yes,
Lord be offense.
we bear children. What do y'all do?
You know
We
what?
give the sperm for them.
You know what? And this is a great segment for unpopular opinion right now. It's our last topic for today. Let's go. Honey, this has been a hot topic for the last couple of days. So some of the biggest names we know and love, Target, Natalia, Walmart, and Amazon are pulling back on their DEI initiatives. Now, people all over the world are debating, is it time to boycott? So what do you think? Are you ready to boycott these corporations? Are we still going to give our black dollars to these places? Where do we go to shop?
I just want people to, if they really gonna do it, then do it. Do it and stand on that. Like, don't do it for a day or two, a week, a month, and then go right back to what you was doing before, the same routine. Because that's not a boycott. That doesn't actually make a movement, a statement at all, because you're not sticking beside it. Like, I feel like a lot of this is just purely for social media entertainment. Like, people will get online all day, oh, I'm boycotting Starbucks and da-da-da-da-da. And you see them in real life, and they got a Starbucks cup in their hand.
I think part of that, though, is from the fact that maybe people, especially black people, it seems like, have a desire to be woke, but they just ain't.
They not, okay?
You know, they're just not.
Say that.
So I feel like, you know, in real time, they're trying to wake up, and in real time, the normalcy of that life has been is fighting it. But I do not think that Target needs to be boycotted. I feel like Target is very inclusive. And even though they have publicly,
And Walmart.
yeah, and they're publicly complying with, you know, these new legislations or whatever, they are secretly also still promoting their Black History Month campaigns and things like that. And me personally, I'm nothing without Target.
Okay.
So I won't be boycotting any Target, honey. I get my
Okay.
pillows and everything
We
else.
going to
pajamas.
Target.
Yeah, period.
Okay.
Well, I want to say this to our fellow black women and men. DEI is not what makes up us. And I think that the narrative that is continuing, you can boycott whatever you want, but the one thing I do not hear majority of black people say is, when are we going to start building our own? Building our own communities, our own stores, our own bank, just like the Black Wall Street that was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We have the capability. We have people that are billionaires within the black community that can invest into these things. We don't need DEI. We don't need Trump era policies. We have it among ourselves to be able to effectively change our communities, have our own version of Target, our own stuff. You got individuals like Tabitha Brown. I love her, but she has money also to create opportunities in plazas and build out. We have people like that. So I think that we need to get from thinking that Target and Walmart and Amazon, because they are led by white CEOs, is responsible for the happiness of black business owners, and they're not.
And I get that, and I understand, and I want to say I second it. But my concern is, in the event that we use all of our black dollars to build up our own corporations like this, do we then wait for them to come and burn it down again?
The people who burned it down was the white Democrats. They were jealous.
But these people that just came to D.C. or wherever they was with the mask on, not showing their face, all the people coming to the elevator, the white supremacists, MAGA people, they probably
weren't
the ones.
MAGA.
They probably the ones to do it in real time.
But I would say this: the people that, this is where it goes back to us creating that defense. If we are not strong enough, we are powerful. We are not the black people of Jim Crow era. So we are not the same ones that have to go out and be scared that they're throwing something in our windows, we're sitting at a table as black individuals that probably would never have this opportunity about 50 years ago. So I think that if we look at it from this perspective, we are protectors. And when men begin to go out there and have the testicular fortitude to do what they need to do, protect our women, protect our children, get out there, protect our homes, we won't have to worry about nobody burning nothing down because we were taken by force. The Bible makes it clear from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has suffered violence and the violent take it by force. So I'm taking it by force. I'm black. I'm a Republican, but I'm going to go out there and build my community up as a black man because I'm tired of depending on the white groups to determine to us what we should and should not say or do.
Amen. So I'm starting a grocery store, and it is called Junie's Joint. Would you like to be the first to invest, Mr. Willie Montague?
We got investors. I'm serious. Y'all get with me.
I'm so
go on there.
serious. Junie's
it's
Joint
time
will
to
be
get
open
there.
soon.
I'm all for it. Is it cannabis?
Huh?
You know
What
what?
did you say?
No, you said because she said joint.
Yeah,
This joint, not that type of joint. You know what? Well, that is a wrap for today's show.
Black
Willie wants to
people,
smoke
man.
a little joint. Our daily affirmation is I am resilient in the face of any challenge. So y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to POV. We will see y'all back here tomorrow at 7:30. Have a good evening.